Hi everybody, today is Tuesday, the 5th of September. Yesterday I said that we would do some exercises for the no pressure technique on the euphonium, but I checked my calendar and tomorrow I'm starting a 2 week session with the Berliner Symphoniker Orchestra. We're playing Carmina Burana. It's 2 weeks long, it's really, there's a lot to play. And I've not played the bass trombone for a long time. So welcome to my lunch break, and instead of playing the euphonium we are going to play the bass trombone, but you can do this exercise on any instrument, even the trumpet or the French horn or the tuba or whatever. This is a really good exercise that I like to do when I don't feel in shape, which is the case right now, and also switching to a bigger mouthpiece. So for trombone players, tenor trombone players maybe, that go back and forth from the tenor to the bass, I think that this is quite a good exercise. Before we dig in, again I'd like to ask you the question, would you like to receive for free every week some free exercises, free etudes and free pieces that I'll be writing especially for you? If so, drop me an email. This is my email address, and I'll write it in the video description also. And if you like those videos, please subscribe to the channel. It really encourages me, and I know more and more people are watching, so this is cool. I'm really liking this progress, and I'm really happy that people are interested, because this for me is mostly just for fun, so it's a pleasure to do it. So let's dive in straight to the exercise of lip bending. I was introduced to this some years ago when I was still studying in England, and recently I acquired an etude book. I will link it below in the video description if I can find it. It's by La Salle, a French teacher, and the first parts are all lip bends, and he calls them warm-up exercises, I think. And basically it's going in the low register without using the lip stretchers. He called them lip stretchers, sorry. Basically we're going to go in the low register and without using any vowels. We're going to have to take care of two things. First thing is to keep the same embouchure, so don't like switch around to try to get the best sound possible. The sound will not be ideal, but that's not what the exercise is about. It's about really relaxing, stretching out and putting some good quality air, and this will really help getting back in shape or getting to the bass trombone from a smaller mouthpiece. Let's get straight in. Can you see that I'm trying to move as little as possible here in my embouchure, I'm trying to get as much air as possible. It does use a lot of air. It actually uses more air than if you use the valve. The valve does give some resistance, and also the note speaks better, so the lips vibrate to the resonance of the instrument in a more natural way. But this is a really cool exercise. So do this a few times and then go on to the arpeggio. And then we continue going on. So even when we go to the pedal notes, don't change the position. Even if the sound is not ideal, even if the sound is not ideal, don't change the embouchure. Just put a lot of air and it will come. So that's a cool exercise. We can also go a little bit up and back down, really to work on the smoothness of going from the middle register to a bit higher and to the low register. We're not using the valves. It's really a mouthpiece practice, but with a more realistic resistance through the instrument. Always with no tongue, sorry, I forgot to mention. So now let's go a little bit higher up and go back down. If you need to breathe, it's okay. Just go back a few notes so that you get all the soft and smooth movements. Now let's do something else. Let's go from up, not too high. Let's go from the F, for example, and we're going to go down to the pedal note without the valves. I attack with no tongue, by the way. Let's do that last one again. I need to relax my shoulders. So really try to not move the embouchures. This is really important. This is a good exercise not only to get back in shape and go back down and up and smooth range movements, but it's also a good exercise for no pressure technique. Actually, we wanted to do this, and this is a really good exercise for it, because you cannot do this exercise if you press your mouthpiece on your embouchure, on your lips. It just won't work. I hate playing with pressure, but I'll just do it for the example. It's not gonna work. Your lips, they need the space, they need the smooth touch of the mouthpiece to be able to vibrate. Right? Let's continue a little bit. Let's try to go even a little bit lower down, again with no vowels. So that was going down. I know that if I continue it's not going to work. That was going down to the double C with no vowels. And believe me, then just playing a low C with the vowel, it will be absolutely no problem. So this is really good practice. The trick to practicing those exercises are also to practice with no expectations. So like, I didn't play for a while, I didn't play the bass trombone for a while, I didn't play in the low register really for a while, and I didn't expect to actually succeed on those low notes, even on the low F. I thought it wouldn't work, but I mean, it's not that I thought that it wouldn't work, it's that I didn't expect it to work. And this is really important to practice with no expectations, because if you practice with expectations, you will tend to move your technique to suit the sound that you have in your head. In some exercises, and when you play a concerto, when you play a solo, it is really important to sing in your mind. It goes through the breath and it goes through the instrument. But for certain exercises, like those ones, where we take the technique a step further, it's really important to practice with no expectations. So that you're like, if it comes out, good. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter, as long as I use the right technique. And if you do this, even if you don't succeed on hitting those low notes, I know, because I used to have a really bad low register. It was impossible for me. And something that really screwed me up actually is the teacher that I was taking lessons with in Berlin. He was like telling me, just do whatever you need. He's very American. Do whatever you need, you know, to get the sound, to get like a big sound, and this really screwed me up, and I was unable to play low notes. It was not impossible. I was trying to find ways, blowing from wherever I could, moving, and it did not work. But when I saw another teacher that really took the time to practice with me and telling me, look, if you want to play those notes properly, you need to have the proper technique. You know, it's like you want to shoot in a football as far as possible, accurately as possible. You do need the right technique. You do need the right balance in your legs. You need the right position of your foot, etc., etc. And here it's the same. You need the right technique. And if there are some notes that you are not able to play, it's okay. Just continue and be nice to yourself. Accept where you are at the moment, and know that the more you practice, the better it will get. Maybe you won't get perfect, but it will get much better. It got better for me, even though, again, I had the worst low register, like just going to a normal low F. It was super hard. Sorry, my mouth is super dry. So, yeah, just continue practicing with the right technique. And don't expect it to come out, and if it comes out, cool, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Another little exercise to finish on lip bending is just micro lip bending. So I didn't play, so I needed to put the sound in my head first. That was with the valve. Now with the micro steps. Out of pitch here. You understand the exercises, so continue with this. If this is a good exercise for you and you want to have a few more, let me know. Send me a message. This is my email address, and I will write all the exercises down for you, and I will send it by PDF. And this is completely free. So if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel. I have to go, unfortunately. I don't have so much more time. But it was a pleasure taking 10 minutes with you. This is my lunch break, and you know I don't play a lot, and it's always a pleasure for me to play. So yeah, subscribe to this channel, share it with your friends if you think it's useful. We're gonna stop for a few days with the euphonium videos. We're gonna because I need to practice a little bit of my bass trombone. As I said, I have a 2-week series, which is quite tiring, and I want to be in shape. So. I'm not sure what exercise we'll do tomorrow. I was thinking of doing some advanced flexibilities, going from really low to really high, and making sure the technique of the embouchure is right, even if the sound is not perfect yet. It will get better. Just practice with a good technique. Until tomorrow, take care. Ciao.